Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today is Roselia Spotlight Hour. We've also got another event going on Pokémon GO. It's been the event for a few days now, and that is of course the event, the Fashion Week event, sorry, should I say. The Fashion Week event has been going on now for a few days. It obviously features Furfrou appearing in the wild. Furfrou has many different forms it can change into. And also we have some costume Pokemon. We've also got a Rocket Takeover event after today as well, so that will be quite interesting. We've had a bit more information released about that Rocket Takeover, so we know what the new leaders are going to have, and we also know a few more costume Pokemon are going to be spawning, which we didn't previously release any information about, but the return of the costume at Krogunk with the backwards cap, and also the Absol with the glasses. All those will return. So let's just see if we are added on this gym. So we've gone live obviously half an hour before the Spotlight Hour starts, the Roselia Spotlight Hour tonight, which we'll discuss a little bit more in detail when we get round to that Spotlight Hour. But first of all, we will be doing a bit of this current event. We'll also be putting on a star piece, a lucky egg, and also our daily incense with that Roar of Time as well, Dialga Origin Form Roar of Time. So let's go ahead and put star piece on. We'll put the daily adventure incense on, but let's first put that lucky egg on, because we have of course got 2 times catch XP as well during the Spotlight Hour. So let's go ahead and use that for the amount of time we can. And then let's go ahead and put that daily incense on. So that should last the whole length of time as well. Little Diglett with a top hat. One of the featured spawns of the Fashion Week. And we're just heading up to just do this Ghastly here as well. Still hunting for another shiny one. So obviously Max Monday was yesterday. That featured Squirtle again. We've had the Kanto starters now around a couple of times on the Dynamax Max Monday event. But next week, it gets very, very exciting indeed in terms of Dynamax Pokemon. We've got a week of Dynamax Articuno, followed by a week of Dynamax Zapdos, and then a week of Dynamax Moltres. So all of those Kanto birds will be on power spots. They'll be level 5s. It will cost 800 max particles, same as a Gigantamax, and also same as the toxicity. If you did that during the Go Wild area, it will be the same cost as that. But we will also be featured on the Max Monday as well. So 669 CP on the Ghastly, 702 as a Hundo. So we're nowhere near a Hundo CP this time around. So we'll just go ahead and see what's spawned on the daily. It says a Zangoose. And then I think we had a winner raid task, or no, walk 1 kilometer, which is Furfrou. So walk 1 kilometer is Furfrou during the Fashion Week. We have walk 2 kilometers, which is guaranteed the new shiny, which is Costume Minccino. Obviously it evolves into Chinchino as well. Curlier in the wild with this little top hat formation here. That is a boosted wild shiny. That is 1 in 64 odds. So hopefully you've managed to get one of those during this event. I've only actually got one myself, so perhaps it's not as boosted as what they were saying. Perhaps 1 in 128. But let me know in the comments below how you've managed to get on with shiny Curlier. Now let's have a look. Obviously we have got Blitzel as well appearing in the wild. This one can't evolve though, unfortunately. It is just Blitzel. You cannot evolve it. Some costume Pokemon during this event annoyingly can't evolve, and some can. So the Curlier can't evolve, the Blitzel can't evolve. But the Mew Chinchino can, the Diglett can. So potentially their evolutions with a costume might come out in later years. We'll have to wait and find out on that. I know they have done that in the past where they've released a costume Pokemon unable to evolve. They did it with Croagunk, in fact. A couple of years ago, Croagunk came out unable to evolve, and then the year after, you could actually evolve the backwards hat Croagunk. And obviously that has returned again, or will be returning, midnight tonight, when the Rocket Takeover event starts. Hey Dale, how are you? Thanks very much for joining the live stream. We're just trying to make most of this luck egg at the moment in time. And we will be trying to get as many excellent throws as possible. Have you had much luck during the fashion week? Let me know in the comments down below. First throw is really, really annoying to catch. Can you sing? No, I'm a terrible singer. Definitely a terrible singer. Excellent from me and Kate. And then we have Curlier with a top hat. Blitzel. Hey Anthony, how are you? Thanks so much for popping by. Of course, like I mentioned before, Spotlight Hour will start in 20 minutes. We are going to be trying to do some raids if there's any about, potentially Dragonite raids, and also some more Minccino potentially if any are about. Now, we did actually manage to get another shiny Minccino this morning. So that is the family completed, and this one a lot better than the first one. In fact, 369 CP off a research task. So walk 2 kilometers was the task. It's on both walk 2 kilometers and win a raid. So if you are still hunting for that, then obviously you can get it from raids, all those 2 research tasks that I've just mentioned, and a 93 shiny. Really, really good shiny on that respect. Excellent throw on the Slowpoke. I do like the Pokemon that are spawning during this event. Some of them are quite easy to hit those excellent throws on, making the most of the XP it earns. Now, we'll be doing a video in the next couple of weeks, or the next couple of days, in fact, before this weekend, hopefully, where I talk about the targets I'm going to be setting myself during 2025. So the targets I'm going to set myself on Pokemon Go during 2025. We did it last year. We actually managed to hit those targets. If you've not already seen, make sure to go check the video that I posted just before New Year's Day, or on New Year's Day it might have been, where we reviewed the overall targets that we set ourselves in 2024 and how we managed to do with them. And we'll be doing similar sort of targets, but this year we won't be having any best buddy target like we did last year. In fact, thanks very much for subscribing. So in fact, we won't be doing any best buddy. We will just be doing, well, we will be doing an XP target, of which I'm not going to tell you too much about how I'm going to be targeting. but we will be doing an XP target. We'll also be doing a most wanted shiny of the year, and then I've got to try and think of one more target. So if you've got another target in mind that I potentially could try and get to, then let me know in the comments below. But I'm just wondering about one more target. We did 3 last year, and these targets mainly, they're just my way of pushing myself to play the game even more and trying to achieve different things on the game. Because when you do get to level 50, obviously you haven't got the preset targets of trying to get up a level or try and level up or get XP goals and stuff like that. So you have to sort of set those targets yourself to try and keep yourself motivated to play the game. And that's what I've been doing throughout the last few years. And last year was some of the hardest targets that I've ever set myself, and we did manage to achieve them. But this year we're going to go even harder, and sometimes, well, you'll find out very shortly in the next few days on the video. One target in particular is going to be incredibly difficult, so make sure to keep an eye out for that coming up on the channel in the next day or so. Probably Thursday or Friday when that gets up there. But if you haven't already, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel as well. I do like making content for people to watch on YouTube. It's brilliant how when you stream on YouTube and when you do YouTube videos, YouTube has a really good functionality where it tells you how many viewers you've had each month or each week and one thing and another. And one of those things it tells you is how many returning people are watching your videos, but how many of those returning people have subscribed. And I think only 8% of the returning people watching my videos have subscribed, so 92% haven't subscribed. So if you are returning and keep watching the videos and keep tuning into the live, and please hit that subscribe button. If we get more subscribers, it means the channel gets bigger, the more videos we can do, and I would love to get the channel to a stage where we can start doing giveaways and different competitions and getting more of you involved as well on the video. So that would be really, really cool. So make sure to keep hitting that subscribe button, share it with your friends as well, and get them to subscribe as well. That would be so much appreciated. Now we have got a Dynamax Squirtle here, and that was the featured Pokemon yesterday during the Max Monday. So we might just do this Dynamax Squirtle. What is your biggest amount of subscribers you want in your life? I've not really got a target in terms of subscribers. I had a target last year to try and hit 1,000. We ended up hitting that and more, so that was amazing. I never thought I'd even get there. It was one of those targets where I thought, oh, it'd be nice if that happened, but I never thought I'd get there. We did. Incredible. So thanks to everybody who pressed that subscribe button. But overall targets, I haven't really got a major target. I just like doing what I do. I like creating these videos for people to enjoy and trying to help other people as well. I know a lot of people who have subscribed to a channel are quite new players to Pokemon GO, and some things that I do and we discuss in the comments have actually helped people out, which is what it's all about. We're a community at the end of the day, and we're here to try and help each other to progress in the game as much as we can. Keep it up. I'm sure your hard work will pay off. Keep creating videos, keep creating content, and I'm sure you'll get more and more subscribers as the days and weeks go on. So Dynamax Squirtle, like we said, mentioned before, it was featured yesterday in a Max Monday. It's actually been featured twice now on Max Mondays. But we are going to be getting those legendary Kanto birds, which remains to be seen how difficult they are going to be, because unlike Gigantamax, these Dynamax lobbies can only fit 4, whereas Gigantamax can fit 10 teams of 4, so up to 40. So can you actually beat a Dynamax legendary Kanto bird with only 4 people. We'll have to wait and see until next week for that one. See you later, Dale. Thanks very much for joining in on the channel and in the comments. Thanks very much. Take care and I'll see you soon. 506 CP Squirtle. Excellent throw that time round. So caught on the excellent throw, which means all the better for the Stardust, for the XP, should I say. Now, as we mentioned before, it is Roselia Spotlight Hour. So with that in mind, we probably need to Mega Evolve a Grass type. Now, we have got a tag set up for everything that we've actually max megged. So 114 Pokemon that we've max megged. If we type in Grass there, because we know Roselia is a Grass type, we'll Mega Evolve one of these. And that will give us more additional candy for Roselia, more XP for every time we catch it, and also more for everything of that same typing as well. So that's really, really good as well. Pansear, of course, if you've been on the channel or you've been watching the videos for quite some time now, Pansear was the most wanted shiny of last year. And eventually we got it. Took us half a year to be able to find it. 2,874 checks, I think, something like that. A ridiculous amount of checks. Of course, it is a full odd shiny, 1 in 512. So to not actually see a shiny for over 2,800 checks is really, really tough going. But we did get there. Still trying to get another one for the family, but still very, very nice to get that first one indeed. So before the Spotlight Hour starts as well, we are going to just open, I think we've only got one gift to open today, where we actually trigger a friendship and go up a stage. So let's just go ahead and do that. Hey, how are you? Thanks very much for dropping in. Let's go ahead and open that gift. So if we type in here 1 day, there we go. So let's open this gift, trigger the friendship. Phantom. We have leveled up to great friends, which isn't a huge amount of XP, but being that we've got the luck egg on, it's the best time to open it. Just doubles the amount of XP we get. There you go, 20,000 instead of a normal 10,000 there for that friendship. And let's just make a mental note of how much XP we've got. So 560,000. If we didn't open that gift, we would have got 560,700,000. So 560.7 million. Remember that. We're going to be checking again at the end of Spotlight Hour to see how much we've earned in the hour, or just over the hour. So 560.7. Make sure to remember that in the comments down below. Now Roselia Spotlight Hour in the next 7 minutes will begin. All these spawns and more spawns, we always get increased spawns as well during Spotlight Hour. They will start appearing, and not only that, but it is 2 times catch XP as we mentioned before. So every Roselia hopefully caught on an excellent throw will be able to get 4,000 XP because we have that lucky egg on. So 2,000 during the Spotlight Hour. It's 1,000 normally, doubled to 2,000 during the Spotlight Hour, and then doubled again because of that lucky egg. So 4,000 XP per excellent throw. So hoping to climb up that XP ladder a bit more. At the moment, all these excellent throws that we're currently doing are just getting the standard 1,000, which is then doubled with the lucky egg to 2,000. Still a very, very good amount of XP. Hence why we're just taking the time a little bit and catching these, trying to get that excellent throw as much as we can. Now, Roselia hasn't been seen in the wild for quite some time. In fact, I haven't seen it featured in an event recently. Perhaps going back towards summertime last year, around June, August time, something like that potentially. We had it featured, but since then, it's not been featured for some time, so it will be nice to see Roselia come back around again. And it has already had a community day before in the past as well. Of course, it has got that baby form, Badoo. So it's got Badoo, and then it goes into Roselia, which is obviously the one that we see in the wild. Full odd shiny as well, so 1 in 512 odds for this to be shiny. And then it goes into Roserade. Now, Roserade is actually a really, really good grass and poison type. Hello, how are you? Thanks very much for dropping in. Hopefully everybody who's tuning in is subscribed to the channel. Please do so if you haven't already. Spotlight hour is only 5 minutes away if you're wondering. Now there's loads and loads of events coming up on Pokemon GO in the next few weeks. And obviously this week is Fashion Week. We've had it for a few days now. Tonight, the start of the Fashion Week Taken Over event starts, so the Rocket event. That also means any Pokemon, any Shadow Pokemon that you've currently obtained that knows the move Frustration, you will be able to charge TM away Frustration. So that turns your Pokemon into being a decent Shadow that you can't really use into something very, very useful indeed. So charging away TMing away Frustration. Obviously you can put any move set on it then. Of course, if you want to put a legacy move, let's say it's an old Community Day move or something like that, you will need to use an elite charge gem after you've got rid of Frustration with a normal charge gem. If you want it to have a normal charge move, something you can obtain normally, you can just get that by using those charge gems. So it's really, really useful, makes the most out of those Shadow Pokemon that we can obtain on Rocket stops. And of course, we have got new Rocket leaders as well. So I haven't fully studied the graphic, but I believe Scorpy was one of them. So that is obviously available shiny. It has been on the leader before in the past, I'm pretty sure of it. So that's definitely one of the leaders. I can't remember the other two. We'll have to revisit and see if we can work out what those two are. Maybe somebody in the comments can let me know. I definitely remember seeing Scorpy on some of the information I've seen today, but and then of course after today, next weekend we have got the Community Day Classic, which does feature Ralts. Now Ralts is actually, obviously if you've been catching Curlier, you've got loads of candy for Ralts during this event as well, so that's going to help during the Classic Community Day. God of War, in terms of being a Shadow, is super, super useful. So if you've obtained a Shadow God of War during this current event, during this current Rocket set, because obviously I think Sierra has currently got Shadow Ralts until tonight, and then that will change. But if you've managed to get a decent Shadow Ralts, then you can TM away Frustration this next event. So tomorrow you'll be able to TM away Frustration on those Shadow Ralts, and then in a week's time you'll be able to evolve them during the Com Day and get the Community Day move, which will be Synchronize, I think it is. But I don't think that's God of War's best moveset. I think you're better sticking off to fairy type moves. So potentially have some with Synchronize and potentially have some with the normal, I think it's Dazzling Gleam, the best moveset for it. So we'll double check that. I'll see what my God of Wars are currently running. So we'll check these out here. Let's go for that 93 one there. So yeah, Charm and Dazzling Gleam are the best moveset for Gardevoir. So not the synchronized Community Day move that you get, but Charm and Dazzling Gleam. So don't worry too much about evolving those Gardevoirs during the Community Day Classic, but you can get rid of frustration on any decent Shadow rolls in the next couple of days. Of course, this weekend as well, Sunday, the 19th of January, we have got a Shadow Raid Day, and that Shadow Raid Day will feature Shadow Ho-Oh. So Ho-Oh will be featured on a Raid Day 2 till 5 on Sunday, and that is going to be everywhere as well. Spotlight Hour started. You can see here additional spawns have spawned in. Roselia making an appearance. This is when the 2 times catch XP comes in, and with that lucky egg we get 4 times catch XP. So trying to catch these on an excellent throw is going to be the key to the Spotlight Hour to get the most amount of XP. It's just whether these Roselia are going to stay in the ball. They are weather boosted, which means an additional 5 levels on the normal. So they are higher CP than what we'd normally be, which also means they are slightly harder to catch. So we'll use some of the more... I really like when rosy. Yes, the roses look amazing when we go shiny. The different colours. One's black and one's purple, I believe. Really looks decent shiny. And obviously Rose Raid keeps that formation as well. Keeps the black and purple on the roses. Now we have got our daily adventure incense, of course, running for this whole hour as well. Sometimes that gets masked over with Spotlight Hour spawns. We end up getting more Roselia off a daily incense than anything else. But hopefully we can start seeing some different spawns and Roselia. And I would love to be able to see a Galarian bird. We haven't had one for a while on the daily incense. But I think the last one we had was in fact the extra small Articuno, which we used our first ever Master Ball on. So therefore that means we've still got 3 more Master Balls remaining. So Roselia seems a decent Pokemon to be able to do those excellent throws on. Great throw that time. Commentator's curse. Now, some of these Roselias, as you can see here, 1392 CP. So very, very high Roselia indeed. All thanks down to that weather boost. So while we're also here at this stage, we'll just feed our buddy at the moment while the spawns have dried up a little bit. We will feed our buddy. Our buddy is indeed Galarian Corsola, or Corsola, should I say. Doesn't really change its name much from its first evolution, but it is the only Corsola that can evolve. So another Rose Raid, or Roselia should I say. Got its evolution on my mind now. A couple more Roselias appearing, one off a daily incense. Terrible throw that time round. Hitting it with an excellent that time. So we started the hour on 560.7 million. We have got a lucky egg running as well. So let's see how much we obtain during this hour. It would be really nice to be able to get 1 million during this hour. I think that'll be decent going with how difficult Roselia is going to be to catch. But it is going to be one of the targets we're working towards this year. We are getting these excellent throws off pretty consistently. It's just whether we stay in the ball that is a problem. And potentially it's going to become even more of a problem when we get down to the red Pokeballs, because these Ultra Balls are not going to last forever. So let me know in the comments down below if you've already done Spotlight Hour in your region, in your area. Let me know, have you managed to get a Shiny Roselia today? Or have you not yet done it? Are you waiting around for the hour to come around? Luckily enough here in the UK, the weather has warmed up. Yes, last week we were actually doing a live stream in the snow. So this week it's a lot warmer. It's about 10 degrees Celsius. So it's a lot more warmer compared to last week when we were live streaming. So we can definitely live with these temperatures a bit better. I think the major problem last week in those sub-zero temperatures were the case that we were just struggling to hit those excellent throws after a while, after our fingers started getting way too cold to be able to curve throw. Really meant we went downhill on those excellent throws, but hopefully that doesn't happen tonight with it being warmer temperature. So we'll catch the ones around here, but we won't stop for too long because of that adventure incense we have got going on. I do remember years gone by when Rose Raid was one of the best grass type attackers you could get for raids. Since then it's rapidly fallen down the pecking order due to other Pokemon being released. For example, the Mega Pokemon, Mega Sceptile, that we've already got Mega Evolved to be able to get more candy. But Mega Sceptile came out, Mega Venusaur of course. We also have the likes of Kartana as well. So all these grass types just made the likes of Rose Raid fall further and further down the pecking order as a grass type. There we go, Shiny 444 CP Shiny Roselia. It is a full odds as well, so really surprising that we've managed to get that inside the first 7 minutes. So 7 minutes and we've already got a Shiny Roselia. Really good going on that respect. Let me know in the comments below. We normally do this every live stream. We try and give you the chance to nickname this. So if you could come up with a funny nickname for this Shiny Roselia, then let me know. But it is only a 1-star. But yeah, let me know a funny nickname that we can call this Shiny Roselia, and we'll nickname it that, and it will forever be known that in my storage. We've had some really funny ones in the past. So let me know what you want to call that Shiny Roselia. And the funniest comment, we'll get it named after their suggestion. Minchino with the glasses. Dry toast. Why toast? Dry toast. I think it's got to be something to do with roses. Potentially. Something to do with roses. Dynamax off the daily incense. We'll catch that after this next Roselia. There it is. A wild Dynamax. We do love the Dynamax. Both ice and fire type Dynamaxes are very useful. The ice one especially up there is one of the top ice type Pokemon in the game. So if you're wanting to build an ice team up for raids, maybe to take down the likes of Rayquaza or Mega Salamence, then Galarian Dorimoka is definitely one to go to. May even turn out to be an even stronger Pokemon when it gets its Zen mode released. When that will be, we'll have to wait and see. Top Hag Diglett. Not really a Spotlight Hour spawn, but still feels like he's missing out on the action. Missing it on the excellent throw that time. So Roselia looks like it's well and truly taken over the daily adventure incense spawns. Blitzel getting in on the action. So some of these costume Pokemon are not happy about Roselia being Spotlight Hour. They still want to be appearing themselves. So we'll keep our eye out for raids as well. Any Minccino, Dragonite raids we will try and do. I think a solo Palkia might be a little bit too difficult. Hey bro, how are you? Thanks very much for dropping in. If you are just tuning in, we've just got a Shiny Roselia 7 minutes into a Spotlight Hour. We're looking for a nickname for it. So far we've had Dry Toast as a nickname suggestion. Potentially something to do with roses. But yeah, let me know your best nickname suggestion, the funniest nickname suggestion for a Shiny Roselia. Nice one. Was it any good? Any decent IVs on the Shiny? Mine was only a 1-star, unfortunately. Ringa Ringa. I like that. Ringa Ringa Roses. I like that suggestion. Curlier with a costume. Hey Ray, how are you? Thanks very much for dropping in. Hope you're alright. It's a lot warmer here in the UK, so we're managing a lot better today. Yeah, 1-star. It's a shame that most wild shinies tend to be really rubbish IVs. I don't know if that's done on purpose. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Before we get too carried away, we are going to have to try and spin some of these Pokestops just to try and recoup on Pokeballs. There is a Mega Lopunny, in fact, around the corner. I don't know if people want to see me solo a Mega Lopunny on live stream, or whether you just want to see me catch Roselia. I'll let you decide that in the comments. Diglett with a top hat still wanted to get involved. Curlier has been a nightmare to catch this event. From my opinion, it doesn't seem to want to stay in the ball, even if you do hit an excellent throw. And with it being the boosted shiny of the Fashion Week, I'm surprised we've only actually managed to get one shiny. And that was only yesterday, so very surprised by that. Normally boosted event shinies we tend to get loads of. I think the last boosted shiny event was obviously the New Year's event, and that was just ridiculous how many shinies we got those 3 days. I think 43 rings a bell. 43 shinies in 3 days. Obviously that was the Hoothoot, the Wurmple, and all the other costume Pokemon that featured during that New Year's event. We missed out on the Pikachu with the snow hat beanie. We missed out on getting that, unfortunately. Hopefully it'll come round again in the more years to come. Rolts, let's practice our throwing on this. Classic Community Day coming up. Excellent throw. I don't think we've got much to worry about. Might have just have been a fluke. We'll have to wait and see in a couple of weeks' time. 25th of January for that Classic Community Day. Well, like I mentioned before, virtually every weekend at the moment has got an event going on. We've got the Shadow Ho-Oh Raid Day this Sunday the 19th of January. The weekend after, as just mentioned, not Roselia, nearly mentioned Roselia again then. We have the Classic Community Day for Rolts on the 25th, which is a Saturday. And then the week after that, which is the 1st of February, we have got, again, I believe it's on a Saturday, the 1st of February, we've got another Gigantamax Max Battle Day, and that one featuring Gigantamax Kingler. So Gigantamax Kingler is the next one to be released of the Gigantamax set. So if you spent loads and loads of particles doing the Dynamax Krabbies, potentially Gigantamax Kingler is going to come in and make it not so useful. So hey, how are you? Thanks very much for joining. Love seeing the regulars pop in on the live stream. Yeah. We've got to put all the stuff on for this Spotlight Hour. 2 times Catch XP Spotlight Hour only comes around every 4 or 5 weeks. So yeah, it's definitely got to be done. We are going to be aiming towards the XP goal as well this year. Trying to achieve the most XP I've ever done in a single year, which is going to be obscene. You'll have to keep an eye out on the channel. There'll be a video going up probably Thursday, Friday this week. And that will give more details at what we're trying to target on Pokemon Go in the year 2025. And to be honest, I don't know if we're going to achieve it. It's way more than any amount of XP I could have even thought of trying to achieve in a year. So, but still, we need to push ourselves. We need to try and reach those limits. And the only way of doing that is by setting yourself really difficult goals and just going for it. So yeah, make sure to keep an eye out for that in the next couple of days on the channel. So the last stop up here, and then we'll go back the same way to get some more spawns. Huge Roselia, that would have been a nice shiny. So any Hundos? Wow, we've got a Hundo. We have a Hundo Minccino that I didn't even know about. A Hundo 374 is a Hundo Minccino. That is crazy. I didn't even know I got that. Hundo costume Minccino, let's go. On the day that we got our second shiny Minccino, we also get a Hundo Minccino. Super, super happy about that. But no Hundos from the Spotlight Hour so far. That's what I was checking to see if we've got any Hundo Roselia. We have only got the one shiny so far. How many Shundos do I have? I want to say 11. I could be wrong there. 10, 11, 11. Yeah, so we had this one off a raid, solo raid for Regidrago, just before Christmas, so the 1st of December. Super, super happy about that. It is my most favourite Reggie as well. I don't know people's opinions on the Reggies, whether you've got a favourite, whether you hate them all. We are very much like Marmite with Reggies. Some people really, really like them. Some people really, really hate them. So let me know which is your favourite Reggie in the comments. But Reggie Drago is definitely my most favourite Reggie. We then also have Kartana. We have a Shundo Wild. This was crazy. I managed to catch this at work, so really, really happy about that. At dinner time at work, crazy that I managed to get that. Another wild shiny, wild Shundo Lupuni. A wild Shundo on my birthday, in fact, on the 21st of May, on a com date. And then the other ones are mainly obtained from trades. Another wild Shundo, that one, but another raid Shundo. But yeah, the other ones are obtained through lucky trades. Really, really lucky with some of these, because some of them are, of course, ones that can Mega Evolve, Sharpedo, Absol, but others are super cool fighting type Pokemon in their respective typing, so Rock type and Ghost type, respectively. So yeah, really, really happy with the Shundo collection that I've managed to obtain so far, because a lot of them are really, really useful. And in terms of the Shundo eschewing Growlithe, I wouldn't be surprised if that has a community day at some stage. We've had community days for the likes of a Slowpoke, which has 2 different versions, Ponyta, which has 2 different versions. I can really see a Hisuian Growlithe community day, obviously going with normal Growlithe as well. I can see that happening. That's why it's still an Hisuian Growlithe. That's why I've not evolved it so far. Plus, there is a special move which Hisuian Arcanine learns on the games. Can't quite remember. I think it's something like Raging Fury or something like that. It's a fire type move, so potentially that could get released on the community today and make it a better fire type. So again, that's another reason why I haven't evolved it so far into Hisuian Arcanine. Now, loads of Roselias appearing around here at the moment. Let's try and get these, or get as many of these as we can. I deserve more subs. Well, I'm trying. The only way I'm going to do that is by trying to put as much content out there, and all you amazing people try and spread the word as well. But we are very much climbing. I didn't realise, or I didn't expect, should I say, to get 1,000 subs by the end of 2024. That was sort of an unrealistic target that I'd sort of set myself. One of those things that you sort of saying, you know, oh, it would be nice to get 1,000 subscribers. We actually ended up getting over 1,100 subscribers by the end of the year, which was just crazy. I didn't think I was going to be that popular. Glaring Bird. Oh, no shiny. That's an awesome comment. Thanks so much for that. I do really appreciate that comment. I wasn't ignoring you. I'd just seen a Glaring Bird. So, first shiny Glaring Bird for ages. No shiny. Galarian Zapdos. Can we catch it, or is it going to run? That was a terrible throw. I'm glad that didn't hit. When are you going to stop bouncing? Oh, that is terrible. 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 Did it a little bit too hard. Went above the excellent. Oh, I thought I caught it then. It rocked twice. Oh, it's giving me another go. It has given me another go. Perhaps Zapdos wants to stay the ball. Right, try not to throw it as hard as the last time. Excellent throw. I can't really do much better than that. Oh, it's broke out again, and this time it's fled. What a shame. 2,301 CP though, so that was really, really difficult to try and catch at. That would have been a very low catch chance percentage. But twice it shut twice and just broke out. Surprised it gave us that extra go as well on that. Now this area is really, really dark, so we won't be going too far just because there's curbs and different things. I can't quite see where I am. Last thing I want to be doing is falling over live on YouTube. That is definitely going to get cropped and end up all over my socials, I'm sure. But yeah, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We've also on Twitter as well. I always put my Twitter handle, or my X handle as it's now known, in the corner of my YouTube thumbnails. So you might already see that. DanzoBiggins50, obviously for the level 50. So make sure to go follow me on Twitter as well, if you've got Twitter, or X as it's now known. I don't think anybody really calls it X. I think everybody still calls it Twitter. These Roselias do not want to stay in the ball. But we're not going to stay for too long. We want to keep moving. We want to try and get more glaring bird encounters if we can. $1,434, so, well, 33 should I say. So try and use a great ball on that one. Definitely need to be catching or be spinning some more stops. Clear out some storage space. We have got the Pokémon GO++ turned on, so that is going to be spinning stops, but we're probably using more balls at the moment, more Pokeballs than we're actually getting back from these. We're back to Roselia appearing off a daily adventure Incense. Unfortunately, no glaring Zapdos again in that same spot. At least we've seen one, at least we know they still exist. I was starting to worry that I'd got some sort of ban on my account because they weren't appearing.
Right, I'm going to go. Ella's ringing me.
Yeah, we've hardly seen any glaring birds since the shiny release. That's probably around about 8 now that we've seen in total since the shiny release, which was months and months ago now. I know a lot of people in my local community have already managed to get shinies. We do really like glaring Zapdos. It is, of course, one of those Pokemon that we really do like. Me personally, I think it's one of the best Galarians, or one of probably the best Galarian bird out of the three. Even though I'm part of Team Valor, I would still side with the Zapdos. That's probably down to the fact we've got 2 Hundos of them, so. But yeah, I did already like the Zapdos before. So 2 Hundo Galarian Zapdoses. Just literally obscene. A Shundo Galarian Articuno, that is insane. That is insane. Was it obtained through a lucky trade? I'm hoping so. The wild odds of that would be absolutely crazy. Don't think it's traded. That would be insane. That would be obscene if it isn't. That would be really, really lucky. Not only are they really, really rare to catch, really, really rare to spawn, but obviously very, very difficult to catch. Of course, the shiny ones don't run away. You do have to spend a lot of Pokeballs trying to catch them sometimes, depending on what level you are. But the shinies do not run away, unless, of course, you are traveling in a vehicle, perhaps going too fast. Then obviously the speed limit comes into account. But they don't normally run away. You just have to spend loads and loads of balls catching it, and then for it to be a Shundo, that is just absolutely crazy. I would really, really like a shiny glaring bird. Don't matter which one. I would just really, really like a shiny glaring one. But still, it will happen one day. Hey Ryan, how are you? Thanks so much for watching and jumping in on the comments. I'm fine, thanks. How are you? I know Mantine appearing on the daily. I don't know whether I caught it or not. We tried to quick catch it. Yeah, we did. So I know a few people who have watched me in the past obviously get a bit confused with why I'm only chucking one Pokeball then running away. More experienced players might already know this as a quick catch technique, but people who have only just started the game might not already know. But there is a YouTube channel, there's a how-to guide that I've put up. I will be putting up a few more how-to guides in the next few weeks ahead, but there is the first how-to guide is up on my channel, and that will also explain how you can do a quick catch if you're both left and right-handed, depending on which your preferred hand is. I've shown the technique to do both. So make sure, if you are new to the game, if you are wanting to learn quick catch, which is just a very, very successful way of catching, very quick way of catching, very efficient, make sure to try and give that a go yourself. It is super, super useful, especially on spotlight hours like today where we've got 2 times catch XP. You want to be trying to catch as many Pokemon as you can in the hour. So it becomes very, very useful in that respect. And also community days. So community days, loads more spawns appearing. Like spotlight hours, we get those additional spawns appearing on community days. And sometimes it just takes for ages to try and shiny check them or to try and catch them all normally. So quick catching becomes essential on those days. So make sure to give that video up on my channel a watch if you are interested in learning how to do quick catching technique. Yeah, it's super useful, and the more you do it, the more you'll be able to do it. So the quicker you'll be able to do it, should I say. So yeah, super, super useful. I'm glad that it's helped out a few people already, and hopefully that video I put up continues to help more and more people out who have just started the game. So we've just gone over the halfway mark of the spotlight hour. 6:32, sorry. Nearly said 5:32 then. 6:32. And we've only managed to get 1 shiny so far, but still 1 shiny is very, very good on these full odd spotlight hours. 1 in 512 is a full odd shiny rate, which Roselia is one of those full odds Pokemon. Could do with a weather boosted perhaps disappearing for a bit, just so he's a little bit easy to catch. Although perhaps they are staying with the ball. I think you do get an XP bonus as well with a weather boost, or is it just Stardust? Let's just catch one of these and just see. So weather boosted gives us a Stardust increase, which is decent. We're nearly at 13 million Stardust now. Not really been spending much Stardust over the last few months. The only spending of Stardust that I've been doing, the only powering up of Pokemon that I've been doing over the last few months is because of these Gigantamax releases. Powering up those Dynamaxes does become very, very costly. Especially when you've got to start maxing out the moves and using the particle packs and stuff like that. Or even just using the free particles that you get each day to max out the moves. It means you can't do any normal Dynamax max battles, but instead use your free particles on powering up the moves. It does become very, very costly indeed to try and get a team ready. But we've got a couple of weeks till the next Gigantamax. As we mentioned before, Gigantamax Kinglet is going to be the next Gigantamax Pokemon. I'm actually quite looking forward to that one. Obviously, I fully expect Gigantamax Venusaur to be up there as one of the best counters with its grass typing. And probably Dynamax Rillaboom might also be up there as a grass type, so definitely try and work on those in the next few days and weeks ahead. But it was, of course, Mega Glade Raid Day this last weekend. I don't know how many of you participated in that. If you did, make sure to leave a comment down below and just let me know how you managed to get on. I did about 42 raids, I want to say, something like that. There's a results video up on the channel if you want to go check it out to see exactly how many I did. But we did around about 42, 43 raids in total. And we only actually managed to get one shiny, which was rather disappointing because raid day shiny odds do get increased to 1 in 10. So with all the odds in our favour, we should have had around about 4 shinies that raid day, but in fact we only had 1. So that was a little bit disappointing. But still, with the $4.99 ticket available in the shop, it was a decent amount of XP. With the lucky egg running, it's around about 30,000 XP per raid. So not bad XP event, even though we did just get the 1 shiny. And of course we can obtain more shinies for the Glade in the next couple of weeks, with us having that Community Day Classic for Rults. Now you do have to get a male Rult shiny to be able to get the Glade shiny. It is one of those Pokemon that can evolve into either or, but it does depend on the gender. So female for Gardevoir, male for Glade. Let's get some more of these Pokestops spinning. In fact, let's reconnect to our Pokemon Go Plus Plus. That would help us. So the Taking Over event, the Rocket Taking Over event will start tonight at midnight, as do all Rocket events. Always start at midnight. And that's mainly because of, obviously, the leaders get set on what Pokestop they're going to be appearing on throughout that day at midnight. So that means that there's no mishaps where potentially you could get a leader with an old Pokemon, the old Pokemon that it used to have. They'll all convert into their new Pokemon. Now, I did see a graphic before. I remembered Scorpy. If you've been in the video, we did mention Scorpy before, earlier on today. But I've also remembered another one, a Alolan Grimer was another leader Pokemon. And then there was a third one. If anybody can remember the third Pokemon that's going to be appearing on the Rocket leaders, let me know in the comments below. There was Grimer, Scorpy, and there was one more. But overall, when I did glance at the leader Pokemon, I wasn't too happy with the leader Pokemon. They obviously are very, very cool shiny. Scorpy goes to a really red shiny, which is absolutely incredible. Reminds me very similar of the Glaring Zigzagoon that we've currently got as Cliff's Pokemon. Very, very nice shiny, but not particularly useful. And then obviously Alolan Grimer again. Very, very nice shiny. Potentially Alolan Muck is useful, or probably more wanted by the people who play PvP. It is one of those Pokemon that is super useful in PvP. I think it takes neutral damage to a lot of things. There's not many things that are super effective against it. So that is why it's favoured in the PvP world. So potentially that's one that you would go after if you play a lot of PvP. Me in particular, I don't really play PvP, and the leaders themselves just didn't really scream out much great PvE Pokemon. This last time, of course, we've had Galarian Zigzagoon, which, again, probably more sided with the PvP people on the game. But then we also had Ralts, which was Sierra's Pokemon. We then also had Beldum, which was Arlo's Pokemon. So Shadow Ralts and Shadow Beldum, both really, really good Ray type attackers when they're fully evolved into Gardevoir and Metagross. So it was really, really cool to be able to get two leaders that had really useful Pokemon. But this next time just seems a little bit disappointing. I'm just hoping that we bring back Shadow Ghastly on the Ghost Stops. That only came around once, Shadow Ghastly. And then it disappeared and it's not been seen since on the Ghost Stops, a key one. We mainly just get Golett from that one now. It would be really, really nice to get a return of Ghastly. The day where Shadow Shiny Ghastly comes out, I'm going to be spending a lot of poker coins on buying radars, I think. Can you imagine Shadow Shiny Gengar? Can you imagine if you were able to Mega Evolve it as well? I know obviously you can't, but I think the white Mega Gengar would look so, so cool with the shadow background or the shadow effect. But that would just be way overpowered if you could Mega Evolve shadows. But another cool thing that I found yesterday, in fact, I don't know if anybody watching the channel at the moment knows about them, but the little figurines, the Funko Pop, they're called. There's loads of different Pokemon versions. We've had Pikachu and Bulbasaur and Squirtle released so far, the little Funko Pop figures. I know people collect them quite a lot. They are releasing loads more Pokemon ones, and Gengar is one of them, so I've actually already pre-ordered it. It's going to be coming, I think, the end of March, so I'll definitely be putting a YouTube short on when I get delivery of that. But yeah, Gengar is going to be in Funko Pop version, so really, really happy about that. Super, super cool. Again, the Pokemon company getting more and more money out of me by bringing all this Gengar merch out. So 18 minutes left of the Spotlight Hour. One shiny caught during the Spotlight Hour. We need to recheck our Hundo count, but we might do that towards the end now. We'll do a little bit of a review at the end before we finish the stream. And of course, we will check our XP total that we've earned during the hour as well. We started on 560.7 million. And we will recheck that towards the end of the Spotlight Hour to see how much this 2 times catch XP Spotlight Hour has earned us with that luck egg on as well. Furthroat, catch a Furthroat. Really rubbish tasks as well currently got it. Win a raid. Now that is a costume Minccino task. If you are trying to hunt down that during this current Fashion Week event, then it is on 1-star raids. It's also in winner raid task, so potentially you could get 3 winner raids, do a Minccino raid and get 4 encounters for a price of 1. So that would be a decent way to go about it. But yeah, winner raid task, and also explore 2 kilometers. So explore 1 kilometer is Furthrow, explore 2 kilometers is guaranteed costume Minccino. So then there are 2 research tasks to keep an eye out, and then obviously keep an eye out on level 1 eggs, of which there is actually 1 here, but unfortunately not hatching for another 44 minutes. Now, we mentioned him just as being on one of the leaders, one of the new leaders tomorrow. Scorpy has just arrived on our daily incense. And then Curlier, no shiny Curlier. Although it's boosted during this event. No shiny this time. Let's just see if we can reach this Pokestop up here to see what this one is. Let's just make sure we've got the task space first. Let's get rid. Oh, there is a Kecleon on it as well. So Kecleon again can be shiny. Does change a little bit. Mainly its red stripe on its body goes to blue. No shiny this time though. It is a full odd shiny as well, so the chance of getting that shiny is obviously very, very lucky because we aren't on all spots. All stops, should I say. But we have actually managed to get one shiny traded to us as part of a lucky trade. And then we had one that we'd seen already, like seen ourselves, should I say. So one quarter cells, one traded to us, so two shiny Kecleons. So that is really, really going. I'll show you what the shiny looks like if you are wondering. There you go. So I think the green does change slightly in colour. Perhaps not. But yeah, mainly that blue stripe on its body instead of a red one. Really, really nice. And then we had this Kecleon that was lucky traded to us. So super, super happy about that one. But this is the one that we call in the wild 0 star. We'll definitely be looking to lucky trade that one and see if it goes any better. Not that it's any use for anything, but mainly because it's just really, really rare. Now, with how the year started on Pokemon GO, there's been virtually non-stop events at the moment. We've had a couple of days where we haven't done an event, and every single weekend so far, well, we now know all the weekends in January and the first weekend in February, in fact, all have got some sort of event on, whether it be a community day, a community day classic, a raid day, or a Gigantamax Max Battle day. Every weekend seems to be having something featured, as well as the never-ending events that seem to be happening, which is all good if you're grinding XP. Most of these events that are out at the moment and have been out over the last few weeks have been boosted XP, which is all good for the likes of me, who's hunting XP down this year. But it does also become very, very draining doing all these events. Of course, you don't have to do them all. It is a game that you can very much take it at your own pace. You can try and do all the events you can, or you can just do the events you want. It is very much that sort of game. Don't let anybody tell you how to play the game. It is your game. It's a game that you can play your way. And everybody has their own pace. Some people like to really rush through levels and get the highest level as quickly as possible and get the most amount of XP as they can, as quickly as they can. And then others like to just go at a steady pace and level up when we can, or level up when we do. So completely at your own pace. That's what I really love about this game. Is that it's not a game that is one you have to race through or have to play in a certain way. It is a game that you can completely do in your own time and fit around your own life and play it in your own way. So really, really enjoy that from this sort of perspective. Popping off these excellent throws still on Roselia. Another tiny Roselia. So we have seen quite a few tiny and large Roselias. That tiny Roselia we actually just caught on an excellent throw, so quite happy about that. Being able to hit it on an excellent throw, being like so tiny. Now there is a Mega Lopunny raid up ahead. That's got 35 minutes on it, so potentially we can do that after the spotlight hour is finished, there's a bit of additional bonus potentially to the live stream. How many people would like to watch that? So how rare are extra small shinies? So obviously most shinies in the wild, unless otherwise informed, are the full odds. So that's 1 in 512. Some are boosted, some are perma boosted, which means they're permanently boosted. The likes of Onyx, for example, is 1 in 64. So, but mostly they are 1 in 512. Now the odds of gaining extra small or extra large Pokemon, I'm not too sure on the odds. I think it's around about 1 in 200, something like that, 1 in 256. So if you times those two numbers together, it is incredibly lucky to be able to get an extra small shiny. Now, of course, there's some events where extra small or extra large appear more often. The Go Wild area, for example, we had those mighty Pokemon, which is effectively the alpha Pokemon. If you know the Nintendo Switch games, it was effectively that sort of concept. It was a higher chance of being extra large, and it was also a higher chance of being shiny. In fact, 1 in 64 chance of those being shiny, and none of them could be lower than a 12-12-12 on the IV, which meant that the chance of getting a Shundo during that event was around about 1 in 256. So crazy odds during that Go Wild area. But yeah, it's an obscene amount. It's probably 1 in 2,000, something like that, maybe even more, to be able to get an extra small or extra large shiny. Turtonator out of an egg. Still a shiny that I'm hunting, Turtonator. I've got a lot of 10k eggs, but that's good because the Ralts Classic Community Day in the next couple of weeks has got quarter egg hatch distance, so we'll be able to clear some of those out. But Turtonator is one of those Pokemon that just doesn't want to shine for me. It might even be the most wanted Pokemon of 2025, but you'll have to keep an eye out for that video on the channel in the next couple of days to find out if that is a Pokemon that I'm most wanting this year, or whether we've got another shiny on our mind. Favourite starter Pokemon? I always used to choose the fire types in the games growing up. Obviously, I grew up with Game Boy, I grew up with the first generation mainly, the second generation, and then just about the third generation was coming in. But yeah, it was mainly fire types that I chose, so I'd probably go for Charmander as a starter Pokemon. Very OG, very retro, but the Charmander is very cool Pokemon. Obviously Charizard, and then obviously Mega Charizard, which has 2 different forms, X and Y. And there's rumours that the Nintendo Switch version might have the new Nintendo Switch game, the ZA game coming up later this year, might also see an Charizard Charizard Z version. So the cat starter, so the likes of Litten, Sprigatito, that sort of thing. Them are pretty cool starters, to be honest. I think over all the generations, I think when you look at the fire ones and the fire shinies, effectively, my condolences on you being British. Amazing comment. Thank you very much for your condolences. But yeah, I think if you look at all the generations on Pokemon Go, I think fire types have mainly had the best shinies. I may be wrong there, that might be a debate to start. But obviously you think about Charizard going into that black colour, really nice shiny. Litten, of course, goes white, really nice shiny. Emboar goes to a really nice purpley type shiny. So I think fires get given probably the best shiny out of all the starters. Potentially. I don't know, that is a little bit of a debate there. Hi Gwelt, how are you? Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, if you are new to the channel, if you are new to the live stream and you haven't watched me before and you're liking what you watch, then please hit that subscribe button. It'd be really cool if you did. Just less than my stream that finished. Oh, awesome. Were they doing me spotlight hour? We've got around about 6 minutes left here of spotlight hour. Yeah, Pokemon is awesome. What's your favourite generation of Pokemon? What was the generation that you grew up with? Another glaring bird. Glaring Zapdos. Second one in the hour. Not shiny. The first glaring Zapdos gave us 2 balls to throw at it. This is a lower CP. The first one was around about 2031. This one is 566. Excellent throw again. I can't really do much more than that. 2 shakes. Oh, he's giving us another go. Again. No way. Another excellent throw. I can't do much better than these excellent throws. Oh, he's ran again. No. Zapdos does like me. It's just a shame it wasn't shiny. That's incredible though. 2 in the hour. That is really, really good going. And I didn't think I was going to see any because of spotlight spawns taking over and those sort of things. But that is really, really good going. We'll definitely be doing our daily incense in the next few spotlight hours coming up and see if we can get a repeat of that. Hoping for a shiny one though next time. Of course, it is 1 in 20 odds for a shiny glaring bird. When you do see him, that is. Now, I've only really seen about 10 since the shinies were released, so I'd be surprised if we saw a shiny in the next few, but hopefully we're getting closer to that sort of shiny barrier. Of course, I know the odds aren't guaranteed to be 1 in 20, but we can only hope that we're getting towards that shiny. But that was insane. We had 1 excellent throw on the first one, 2031 CP on that one. And then we had 2 excellent throws on the second one. No way, that was obscene. That'd be crazy if you'd seen a guy get a shiny glaring bird on his spotlight hour and then came to mine and seen me get one of mine. That would have been insane. You'd have been like the lucky charm of YouTube. Oh, Roselia, get you. Yeah. We have already had 1 during the live stream so far. We had 1 7 minutes in. And as with always on the live stream, when we get these shinies, we allow people in the comment section to try and nickname them, come up with a funny nickname. And so far we've got Ringa Ringa. Obviously Ringa Ringa Roses. A popular rhyme. But yeah, Ringa Ringa is a nickname. Quite like that one. If you could think of anything else before we do nickname it at the end of Spotlight Hour, let me know in the comments down below. Funny nickname for a shiny Roselia. Let me know in the comments. But of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to go check out all the videos on my channel. Subscribe as well. We go live every Tuesday. And we normally go live as well during the weekend at some stage, or every other weekend. We've been going live more consistently over the winter period, but I might start to defer a little bit because of work commitments, but we'll have to see. Ravioli. I'm sure Fremi was also the one that said burnt toast as well. I think that was Fremi. Just making me hungry now with all these comments. Ravioli and burnt toast. So the last minute of Spotlight Hour, we're just going to try and get as many excellent throws as we can on these. We have still got 24 minutes on our lucky egg. The Aurora time has finished, so the lucky eggs now started timing down normally. Get one last check in. Last minute. Couple more just spawned in. No more around us now though. 6:59. Seven o'clock is there, and the spawns have just changed. So Spotlight Hour is over, 2 times Catch XP is over, or 4 times because we had that lucky egg on. We've now gone back down to 2 times because of that lucky egg. Now, we will be doing an XP total in just a moment, but we'll probably walk around over the next 8 minutes or so, just trying to make the most of this lucky egg. In fact, we might head down and do a solo Mega Lopunny raid. Who would want to see that in the comments? Let me know. Solo Mega Lopunny raid. There's one down there we've walked past. There's also one up there, but it's only got 2 minutes on it. So we'll do the one down here. Mega Lopunny solo raid. Would anyone like to watch that on the comments? Go for it. Yeah, we'll do it. Let's go for it. But while we're walking down there, let's have a quick look and see if we've managed to get any 4 stars. Amazingly, we got this Shundo Minccino off a task. I didn't even realise until we were checking the 4 stars during the Spotlight Hour. But no Shundo Roselia, but I'm probably even more happy that we got that Shundo costume Minccino. Really, really happy about that. So shiny wise, we managed to get 1 shiny during the Spotlight Hour. So a 1 star, and we're probably going to call it Ringa Ringa for the popular rhyme Ringa Ringa Roses. And then we did have a shiny Goldeen today as well, and then we also had our second shiny Minccino. And as we've just seen, 374 is a Shundo off a task. We managed to get 369 CP, so a 93, 15, 14, 13. So really happy about those IVs. Our first shiny Minccino wasn't that good. 357, 2 star, 14, 11, 10 on that one. So really happy to be able to get that one. That is probably going to be the one that we evolve, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll wait and see at the end of the fashion week if we get any more, and then we'll evolve one of our shinies at the end. So we have 1 of each. Now, XP wise, we will have a quick look into how much XP we've earned so far. Before the Spotlight Hour, we had 560.7 million. So 560.7 million. Have we increased much? We've actually gone up 1 million. So 1 million XP in the hour. So really good going, Matt. Actually, Roselia was weather boosted, so I didn't think it was going to be catching too easily. But that lucky egg in the hour, 1 million XP in the hour. So really happy about that. That is definitely good going. And of course, we can keep building that up with these X and throws while we've still got the lucky egg on. Skitty, excellent throw. Bunari. We're going to be doing a Lopunny soon, so Bunari best behave before we take down Lopunny. So we'll do the Mega Lopunny raid. We'll wait until the 5 minutes have finished on our daily adventure incense, and then we'll do a Mega Lopunny raid, and then we will finish the live stream after that. And we probably need to try and get some more Pokeballs back because of these events that are up and coming over the next few weeks. We definitely need to restock on Pokeballs. So the name of a buddy Pokemon, it's actually an evolved form of Galarian Corsola. So it is, I'll show you. So obviously Galarian form Corsola, it then goes into Corsola, but spelt with a U, I believe. Let's just take away the buddy reference. There you go. So it's Cursola instead of Corsola. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, it's the evolution. It's the only, obviously you can only evolve a Galarian version. It was available in eggs a couple of weeks ago during an event. And I think you can still get in 7K eggs. I may be wrong in that respect. Somebody might confirm that in the comments below. Yeah, it is a quite nice looking ghost type Pokemon, to be honest. Might even be able to get our buddy excited. Which means we could start earning more buddy hearts on it. Now, buddies is obviously something I spent a lot of time on last year, trying to get as many as I can. I tried to achieve a total of 500 best buddies by the end of 2024. We started 2024 on 334 best buddies. So that was trying to basically double our entire buddy, or not, sorry, 50% increase on our entire buddy count, 166 in a year. And we did actually manage to do it. We managed to finish the year on 502 buddies. Our 500th best buddy being our Shundo Regidrago on Christmas Day as well. We did that during a live stream on Christmas Day. I went live for an hour on Christmas Day, and we managed to get our 500th best buddy on Christmas Day, so that was awesome. And of course it was that Shundo Regidrago that I showed you previously. Now let's just get another buddy heart for fighting. But this year I think we'll be taking it a little bit easier on buddies. We won't be doing as many. Last year I spent a lot of a year scanning AR stops, trying to get the poffins that the AR task gave me, so that we could use those poffins on the buddies, so that we could level up our buddies faster. That took a lot of time. So yeah, time for a raid. We've got 1 minute 55 seconds left on our daily adventure Incense. So we'll just literally walk down here, we'll turn back around and start heading back. And we should hopefully time that just enough where our daily runs out before we go into a raid. Might as well see if we can get another Galarian bird off a daily, being that we've had so much luck so far. Shinx with a costume hat. It is appearing in the wild during this event. Very rare spawn, and it can be shiny. It is a perma boosted shiny, so 1 in 64 for Shinx. So 1 minute left of the daily Incense. Go down here just a little bit more, and then we'll turn back around and head back towards that Mega Lopunny raid. Curlier this time on the daily. Now Mega Lopunny, we are probably best using Mega Rayquaza against it. So we'll change our current Mega Pokemon, which we Mega Evolved for the Spotlight Hour. It was Sceptile that we chose because of its grass typing. We will change that to a Mega Rayquaza instead. Now 17 seconds left on the daily. We've got a Skitty. Don't think we're going to get any more spawns on the daily. I think that probably is our last spawn. So therefore we'll head back and we will try and take down this Mega Lopunny. There we go, 78 Pokemon. Unfortunately, none of those Zapdos that we saw are a part of that. But 78 Pokemon caught. Now, Mega Lopunny, we have got our free raid pass still. Just not enough max particles to be able to do that Squirtle. And we can't earn any more today. 240 max particles, we need 250, so we just missed out on doing that. But here is the Mega Lopunny, we'll jump straight in. And like I mentioned before, we will go with the Mega Rayquaza, but we'll also go in with these fighting types as well. Potentially Mega Lucario could do it, it is cloudy weather as well. But we will jump in with that Mega Lucario or Mega Rayquaza? Let's try Mega Lucario. We've already done a solo video on my channel before with the Mega Rayquaza. Let's try the Mega Lucario. It is boosted because of the weather, so that may help us. Well, it should help us. So Terrakion, Hundo Terrakion with Sacred Sword. We've got Lucario with that Force Palm, its Legacy, Fast Move, and Aura Sphere. We've then got another Lucario further back, again with the same movesets. So let's see how we get on against this normal and fighting type Mega Lopunny. So Terrakion with Sacred Sword going in first. Just getting to another Sacred Sword there before dying out. Now here is our Mega Lucario. Mega Lucario with its Steel typing is deferring the charge move, the triple axle charge move that Mega Lopunny's got. But it is super effective with its fast move. Now Shadow Mewtwo with Psy Strike. Obviously fighting is weak to Psychic. Getting a few Psy Strikes off here before fainting out. The next move from Mega Lopunny should see us fainted out. There we go. Our second Shadow Mewtwo, again running Psy Strike, this one only an 82 IV, as you can see by the nickname. But 195 seconds on the clock coming up. So just over a third of the timer gone. We normally say yellow around the 170 mark would be a very close solo, and this could be very close indeed. 175 seconds and it's now gone to yellow. We obviously will have to revive our team and we'll have to jump straight back in again. We haven't got a team set up, so this will mean we jump in with a completely different team. We'll have to wait and see what that is. Now, Aura Sphere, Lucario, 150 seconds on the clock. We perhaps should have saved that team and jumped in with the same team, but still makes it an even harder challenge, I suppose. Now, when we do faint out, this is our last Pokemon. The Mega Lopunny will regain 5% of its health. As always, with these raids, when you faint out, the raid boss regains 5%. So if you see it jump up, perhaps you've just hit it into yellow and it's gone back to green by the time you re-enter the lobby. That is the reason why. Now, Shadow Machamp. Got a couple of these. $110 seconds left on the clock. This is actually going to be very, very close indeed by the looks of it. No Mega Lucario this time around. We've gone in with a completely different team to the first one. 97 seconds left on the clock. It's gone into red. Another Lucario, another Shundo Lucario with Aura Sphere. 75 seconds left, quarter of the time remaining from that 300-second timer. Shiny Terrakion, this Shiny Terrakion is definitely part of my memento collection on Pokemon Go. 106 raids to be able to get this shiny. And then we've got a Mewtwo. Now, can this Mewtwo finish it off? It is a normal Shundo Mewtwo, no shadow bonus on this one. 33 seconds left on the clock. Hopefully that Side Strike's done it. It has indeed. 29 seconds remaining. Perhaps a Mega Rayquaza would have been a better bet, but still 29 seconds remaining. 2 different teams used. And we have soloed the Lopunny and 20,000 XP because of that lucky egg. No shiny, unfortunately. 1130 CP. I don't know if that's any good or not. We'll give it a nice throw, and hopefully we can find out. So if you are wanting to do a Mega Lopunny solo raid yourself, definitely probably worth getting a Mega Rayquaza and powering that up. And obviously flying types will be best suited against the fighting type of Lopunny, but we've managed to do it. 29 seconds left on the clock, and Mega Lopunny is only a 2-star, unfortunately. Mega Lopunny solo is completed. Now that pretty much ends the stream for tonight. Thanks very much for everybody who's tuned in. Please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on that notification bell. Loads more videos coming up on my channel in the days and weeks ahead. Please make sure to share the channel as well with your friends and family. Thanks so much for all your support, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now.